I believe that the CIA's best days are still yet to come. And you will have my support and appreciation as you carry on this critical work. We live in dangerous times. I am going to need you more than ever.
They've kept us safe for 8 years, and now to have an Attorney General of the United States opening up a criminal investigation against them, it's disgraceful, and I think it's going to have a demoralizing effect on the CIA, and it's going to take that edge off them that they need.
The first clip there was the president talking to the CIA officials there, saying that they have done a good job keeping the country safe. And, of course, Attorney General Eric Holder this week announcing an investigation into the interrogation of terrorists. So where are we with this? What does it mean for the intelligence community? We're back with our panel. Charles.
Well, they've been really badly damaged. Look, the CIA is Central Intelligence. Its role is to give intelligence. We are in the middle of 2 wars. It was aggressive in the 8 years of the Bush administration, and it prevented a second attack. Now everybody who's interrogating is scared to death, and nobody's going to do anything that is not exactly by the book and extremely passive and ineffective. Secondly, the administration has removed the interrogation of high-level al-Qaeda out of the CIA. It's going to be now housed in the FBI and directed by the White House. That means that if you catch an important terrorist, the CIA is not going to investigate him. And if you catch, a farmer in Afghanistan who's driving a consignment of sheep across a war zone, and you catch him, well, that's going to be CIA work. It's been cut out of the main human intelligence gathering. And I think if I were head of the CIA, as Panetta is, who's been trumped and rebuffed and humiliated, had his agency emasculated, he ought to resign on principle.
Kirsten, is this a very tough issue for this administration, the action of Attorney General Holder?
I guess it is. I suppose that it is. I don't think that it should be. It's a distraction from the things that Obama wants to focus on. He's certainly, one of the little areas that he still actually has a high approval rating on is a foreign policy, so he probably doesn't want to cause a problem there. But I think substantively what Eric Holder is doing is correct. And the idea that, as Pete King was saying, they kept us safe for 8 years, well, okay, setting aside whether or not that's true, let's say that they did. What does that mean? Therefore, we don't investigate where we think maybe a law was broken? I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I also am one of those people that believes you can get very effective information not torturing or using enhanced interrogations. We've done it in Iraq. Bad al-Qaeda people over in Iraq where they didn't do the types of things that were being done in these circumstances that we're talking about, and we're able to get intelligence. There's no proof that using enhanced interrogation got better information. We know that they got information. We don't know that it came from enhanced interrogation. So I just think that that it is correct for Holder to be doing this, and I know Obama just doesn't want to get in the middle of it, and he wants us to be looking forward. I just disagree with that.
Bill, there were some left-leaning blogs that were looking for this IG report to be the smoking gun against the allegation that the enhanced interrogation techniques did not work. The former CIA Inspector General John Helgerson confirmed that he did meet with Vice President Cheney, and that during the course of the investigation to brief him on all these findings, and there was no effort by the former Vice President to steer his work in one direction or another, suggesting, despite the charges or allegations, that somehow he may have had his hand in it some way. What about all of that?
No, and these techniques themselves were techniques the CIA, the professionals at the CIA, thought necessary, and which, in fact, in the Inspector General's report, clearly were very helpful. These people would not talk, then the techniques were used, and then they did talk, and the CIA professionals say they got a very important intelligence that saved lives. We can sit here and say, well, prove it, but that's what they thought. I think what the President has done is really hard to square with him seriously taking seriously his responsibilities as Commander-in-Chief. If you think the war on terror is serious and is still going on, if you think this was a one-shot deal, we were at risk for 2 or 3 years, the CIA did these extraordinary things, but now we can all relax and go back to a pre-September 11th posture, then fine. But that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Charles is absolutely right. The FBI is now in charge of the interrogation of high-value targets. Think about that for it. The FBI, not the CIA, and they're going to use the Army Field Manual. So forget it. If there's another Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, if there are ongoing plots, if we capture the guy, we're not going to learn anything.
I want to say one thing. Last night, Juan Williams said that this new group will find the best techniques that do not require you to be pulling out people's fingernails. He was not challenged on that. We received hundreds of emails. Juan says it was a shorthand or euphemism for all of the techniques and not about torture. He said it wasn't about any specifics. Thank you for the emails. We'll be right back.
You wanted to see me, sir?